Hey guys, it's Michael. Welcome back to Michael in the Morning. Today is Thursday, September 3rd, 2020, and this is your second stimulus check and second stimulus package update. In today's video, we're going to go over how Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and the Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin spoke by the phone Tuesday afternoon for 36 minutes about the second stimulus check and negotiations on that, how they can move forward and pass it next week. Then we're going to get into good news from the Senate because they are planning to vote on a new second stimulus bill when they get back from the August recess at the start of next week. We're going to go over exactly what Steven Mnuchin said will be in this bill. He said it will be a focused, targeted solution that has bipartisan support on both sides. So he says it should pass the House because they already agree on all of the aspects in this. We're going to break down exactly what is in this, when it is expected to pass, and more. But before we get started, it would really mean a lot if you could like the video down below and subscribe to my channel so you could stay up to date on the second stimulus check, second stimulus package, as well as other news updates. In addition, it says that 50% of you watching are not subscribed to my channel. So if you'd like to stay up to date on what is going on with the second stimulus check and be notified when new videos come out, well then please be sure to subscribe. Also, don't forget, you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below, and get $5 immediately when you download the Acorns investment app as well. So Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin spoke by phone for 36 minutes on Tuesday afternoon. This was immediately after Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin testified before the House's Subcommittee on the virus. He spoke about the second stimulus package and the urgency to pass a new deal. So after Mnuchin had the hearing with the subcommittee, he explained how he was ready to pass a deal right now and that he would be calling Nancy Pelosi immediately and see where they both stand. Mnuchin expressed how he hopes for a bipartisan agreement to pass, insisting that he was willing to negotiate on the next bill with no conditions whatsoever at any time. He said they have no conditions that need to be met. He just wants to get back to the negotiating table with Nancy Pelosi so they can come up with a deal. However, he did say that the president and he want to move forward and get a deal done, but they are only willing to go up to $1.5 trillion. He said they're not willing to come up any more than that because they believe that is enough to cover all of the issues right now. He explained how what is most important is that we deliver more $1,200 stimulus checks and other direct relief measures quickly to American workers impacted by the pandemic. He said that is the #1 priority. So on the phone call after the hearing, Nancy Pelosi expressed concerns about Treasury Secretary Mnuchin's proposal, saying that Mnuchin says let's do a little now and a little later, but that's not going to work, because she explained how economists are even saying that we need to pass a broad bill right now. We need to do more right now. Sadly, she explained that this phone call made clear that Democrats and the White House continue to have serious differences understanding the gravity of the situation that is facing American families and workers right now. Pelosi reiterated that she thinks the pared down proposals and a more targeted bill from the White House and the Senate Republicans don't go nearly far enough in addressing the virus and everything going on right now. She defended her $2.2 trillion price tag for the bill, saying that does the White House think American families are not worth the investment to spend $2.2 trillion? Or would they rather spend the money some other way? She says they need to be spending the money on the American people, and $2.2 trillion is what is necessary to solve everything going on right now. Mnuchin said that both he and the president support more aid for workers, small businesses, testing, and direct stimulus checks. He goes on to say that I very much agree with you and other experts that more fiscal response is needed, but the president and I will not go above $1.5 trillion in the next bill. However, while this conversation between Nancy Pelosi and Steven Mnuchin left off basically the same as they were before, disagreeing on the total price tag, we have great news from the Senate because the Senate is planning to vote and hopefully pass a new bill when they get back from the August recess next week. And they released some specific details on this bill just the other day. So Senator John Barroso, the #3 Senate GOP leader, told reporters early in the morning that the Senate GOP plans to hold a procedural vote to take up the pared down stimulus bill that Republican senators have been working on all throughout the August recess. He explained how Mitch McConnell and other Republican senators have been drafting up a bill throughout the entire August recess, trying to figure out what bipartisan measures could be included in the bill. He called that bill a focused, more targeted solution, and he explained how the goal is to come back and vote on this bill next week and get it passed by the Senate next week, and the week after that, the House to pass it as well. He said that they created this targeted bill and targeted solution with the hope that the House would pass it and they would agree to it because it already includes all bipartisan measures in it. It already includes all the measures they've already agreed to separately. So he said if they include it in one bill, it should be able to pass like that as well. He explained how legislation is focused specifically on getting people back to work and getting kids back to school. He says those are the two main focuses of this bill. However, he does explain that it leaves out what he called the so many things that Nancy Pelosi has put in her bill that are unrelated to the virus. He says that the reason her bill got to $2.2 trillion is because it includes so many measures that don't relate to the virus at all. So after Senator John Barroso came out and said they're planning on voting next week, specific details of this bill were released by Republican officials to CNBC, and they said that this limited stimulus package would include enhanced unemployment benefits. They didn't specify the amount, but we can expect either $300 or $400 there, funding for schools, the payment protection program, and funding for a vaccine and testing. They explained how it would initially exclude a second $1,200 stimulus check in this bill that they're voting on next week as a negotiation tactic, and that they would easily include this $1,200 stimulus check after they agree on everything else in the bill. He said they both already agree on sending out a $1,200 check, so they explained how they could just add that on once everything else in the bill is agreed on. He goes on to say that we're having conference calls every single morning during August recess. He said we're going to have one again today with Steven Mnuchin and White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows to go over the specific details of this new bill and proposal that they are working on, because they said the goal is to come back and vote on it immediately so then the House can vote on it the next week as well. And finally, one thing to keep in mind with this bill is that any stimulus relief bill would need 60 votes to pass the Senate, and it will also need to be passed by the House and Nancy Pelosi. So we'll have to see what Nancy Pelosi does. Let me know in the comments down below what you think right now. What is the major holdup in the second stimulus package and who is responsible? Anyways, that is just a quick update on the second stimulus check and second stimulus package for Thursday, September 3rd, 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below, and get $5 immediately when you download the Acorns investment app as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.